Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Mesquite Days, that's managed by the city, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And this past year, this past May, we had Mesquite Days in a new location, or new for Mesquite Days. And I really objected to the setup there, where there was just so much dirt and kids playing in the mud, and the tabling was in the dirt, and it was just I felt our people and people who were visiting the event were not entirely comfortable. I also feel very strongly that when you give a perception out to the community for an event, it's look, it's comfort, it's the wind is blowing, the dust is coming up on everybody. I don't think that it reflected well on the city. It also seems to me that it's shrinking, that there is less participation. I do not know how the vendors were doing, because I did not see the shopping. I felt so bad because dirt was flying into their merchandise. Everything we had was dirty after the event. I also want to point out that it is on Cinco de Mayo weekend, where you're doing it at the beginning of the year. We have a significant Hispanic population in this community, and there is no budgeting to help bring, even though the Hispanic community is very supportive of Mesquite Days, and they bring their kids and they do the rides, and it could be a much more fun, developed event. And I think the city needs to decide if this is going to be a signature event which draws from other communities and reflects well on the city, or it's just going to look like an event in the dirt that nobody really wants to come to.
Appreciate your comments. Let me, I was not here for last year's Mesquite Days. I started my employment here the week after, so I can probably address better what happened this year, and I'm probably going to ask my Athletic Services Director, Brian Dangerfield, to address this. But what I can tell you is last year, in terms of location, he can address timing as well, but in terms of location, I believe last year we had it in a sports field. I think there was $3,000 of damage done to the sports field because of the event. It was moved for that reason. In terms of the timing, in terms of the choice of the field, this location this year, I'm going to let Brian Dangerfield answer that question for you or address it.
I'll deal with that, Mike, if that's all right. Appreciate the comments. We're going to be putting on the city's website a place for people to have their comments, suggestions as to other possible locations. We chose that location to bring people into our downtown corridor and to not destroy our athletic fields, because we have significant interest in using those fields throughout the summer. It basically took that off the table for like 3 or 4 months. As far as the dirt, it was unfortunate that it was really windy that week. It seems like the first week in May we do get a lot of wind, and there are a lot of these carnivals and festivals that are in dirt-like locations, and we're hoping that possibly we could get some grass in over there so that we could continue to have it there. As far as the timing, we do it the week that the city was chartered as a city. So the first week in May has usually been our Mesquite Days week. So hopefully that answers your timing question. But
no, I think the timing is fine. I'm just saying that if you're already expending the money for an event that weekend, which also seems to fall at Cinco de Mayo, why can't you tie the two together and allow for a celebration, which a lot of communities do, and maybe enhance the event? Just a suggestion.
That has been done in the past.
We did have, that's right, about 3 years ago, I believe, the LVCVA kicked in some money. I think it was our 25th anniversary celebration. It was pretty significant Cinco de Mayo celebration. Next year, I believe the Chamber tried it and had minimal participation in it. It was unfortunate. Our budget has been cut for Mesquite Days, so we'd have to get maybe some creative participation from the community to make that happen. But we're taking right now suggestions. We have a year to plan next year's events, and if we can do it the most cost-effective way, I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, no, my suggestion is to improve it. I mean, it's there, it's a tradition. It's a good event, it just needs to be enhanced and improved and more comfortable for the guests. And I think you could draw for the vendors and others, people from outside of Mesquite, maybe from the Moapa Valley, maybe from St. George, maybe from Arizona, if it was a better event than it was. I felt it wasn't that attractive this past year. That's all. I just wanted to improve it.
Being on a dirt lot did make a difference. I will say that the city did generate more revenue than they ever have from the event. And we can improve it every year. And we need to have participation from the community to make it work.
Ryan,
So,
exactly how does the city generate money from that event?
we actually have a contract with a carnival company to come in, and they basically pay us to be able to have the event and share with us a percentage of the revenue from it. We also get revenue from the vendors that come, and then city staff donates their time to put on. We had Zumbathons, and we had the sock hop, and those of you that were there, just fabulous, unbelievable participation there. It was great to see the community come out and socialize and be a part of that. That's what Mesquite Day should be about. And
Was this a new carnival?
yes, this was a new group. The other company we've had over the past few years went out of business, and we negotiated with, there was 3 originally and 2 bid on it, and this company gave us the best deal, and thought they did a pretty good job under the circumstances. And again, I understand being in a dirt field wasn't comfortable for some people, and we'll see what we can do about that. Any other questions?